Welcome to today's episode of Idea Podcast. I am Joyly Saldana, studying at NMAMIT in the branch AI and Data Science. And today we have with us Ajay.
Hi Joyly, thanks for having me.
Yes. He got placed as an intern, and today we are going to talk about his college journey, his placement preparations, and what tips he has for us students. Yes. First, could you start by introducing yourself and telling us a bit about your college journey and branch?
Yeah, sure. So, as every engineering student, when I came to first year, I was quite distracted. I didn't know what to do. I was very introverted. I was too hesitant to ask guidance with my seniors. So, the thing I decided was I'll focus on my academics, score good grade, and then later on I'll see what I want to do with my life. So, first year went like anything. Anyways, I was very tired with my competitive exams, so couldn't do a lot. Ended up scoring a good CGPA, but when it came to second year, I saw a few people getting into web development, attending hackathons. So later I started exploring different resources online, maybe YouTube or blogs, to see what people were doing. And later I realized that something that is most importantly needed to secure a job was good projects, good fundamentals, and you need to have a good grasp in DSA. So initially I started with DSA. Basically I explored different channels, maybe Striver's A to Z sheet, different YouTube how to start tutorials, and many other things. So then I sticked on to a YouTube channel called Kunal Kushwaha. But the problem was my foundation was very bad. In 12th I had that bad habit of memorizing things, so I couldn't do a lot. So I had to start from very scratch. When my peers were coding few things, I was just seeing them, I was just wondering how would they do. I couldn't do it. So I had to start from very scratch, and that took me a lot of time. Throughout the second year, I was just focusing on making my foundation strong, and by the end of second year I had pretty good grasp of basic DSA topics. And I was also part of something called Hack Loop, that was an initiative by FLC to introduce new students to the world of development. There actually my development journey started. I didn't quite really learn a lot, but I tried to hustle here and there, get the project done. That was the first time I was introduced to development. Now when second year ended, I was very decent at DSA and had a very decent base in development. So when the third year started, what great thing happened was I was selected as the DSA lead in a finite loop club of NMAMIT. That is one of the premier coding clubs. So from then onwards, I had a motivation within myself that I should do better, considering I was the DSA lead and people would follow me. So that was the point where I decided to actually go very deep into DSA, and I started following Striver's A to Z sheet, where I solved like more than 400 questions. I was very consistent throughout the year. So that made my base very strong, so that when placement season arrived, I didn't have to take any stress about DSA. I had to just revise my fundamentals and revise my projects.
So how is your overall college experience so far, in short?
So it is really wonderful. I met a lot of people, I made a lot of connection, learned a lot from them, and it has been a journey where I have grown a lot.
Okay, that's great. So when did you start preparing for placements or internships, and how did you decide which companies or which roles to target?
So my placement preparation began back when I started DSA itself. It was not really intentional, but I wanted to upskill myself. I tried experimenting different tech stacks. Basically, I tried with web development, tried a bit of ML, tried talking to seniors to understand what is my interest. Considering I am from the department of AIDS, I even tried exploring data science, but that was okay, but I didn't really have a great interest in it. Someday when I came across the term backend, I wanted to explore that, and when I went to explore that, it made me really curious, because how system works, how API calls happen in real world. Every single thing which we interact is basically API calls. So that made me dig more into backend development and system design. So that has been my primary interest, and my main role that I wanted to target was SD roles. So thankfully I have secured an internship in a company where they are flexible for me to choose any role that I want, and I will be going with the system or backend role.
That's nice. So what were some of the challenges you faced during your placement journey?
Okay, as a normal student, I used to get distracted, maybe watching movies, playing games. I was really addicted to games, for example, Clash of Clans, Genshin Impact. So that was common, but the main challenge I feel was staying consistent. because DSA is something that needs consistency. So if you do for one day, maybe you are very motivated enough, you start doing for a day, you continue for a week, and if you leave for a week, you'll kind of forget it. So it's something which you need to be very consistent. So maintaining consistency is one of the biggest challenge I feel during my engineering.
What resources helped you the most while preparing for your placement?
So starting with the DSA, as we all know, as we all might have heard about Striver. There is something called Striver's SD sheet, A to Z sheet. So if you are starting DSA journey very early on in first or second years, the A to Z sheet will be the best because it has like more than 450 questions covering every single things. But if you are starting late in third year, I would recommend doing Striver's SD sheet that has like 190 questions. And there is something also called neetcode.io which covers DSA topics. It is similar to a Striver sheet, but the person is from US, so it depends on you whose explanation you might like. Then comes to CS fundamentals. There is someone called Gate Smasher in YouTube. So he has made a full playlist on the different CS fundamentals. I would suggest during your college subjects, it's better to watch him side by side so that it will be helpful for you even in your subjects and it will even prepare you for the placements. Do make sure to take notes. There's also someone called Love Babbar who has materials on CS fundamentals, and you might dig deep into it by reading some blogs about it on Medium or different platforms. Then talking about development, I don't think so there is a general resource available for development, because most of us, what we do is we tend to depend a lot on YouTube videos and we get stuck into something called tutorial hell.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't happen. So I feel currently in our generation, considering we have AI with us right now, it's better if we utilize AI for learning rather than being dependent on it. We shouldn't target to be vibe coders. It sounds cool, but long term there is a hit on your overall skill. So I would suggest refer documentation, follow tutorial in the beginning if you need, but make sure you are not completely dependent on it. And obviously we can refer others' project to read code, understand the code structures, how to write clean code. There are different books. There is a book called Clean Code by Robert C. Martin. I have read few chapters of it and it's really good. It's basically talking about practices, how to structure your code in a neat manner.
That's interesting. And how important do you think networking and as well as communication skills is important in getting into internships and placements?
Okay, so talking about networking, I used to interact with the seniors on LinkedIn. So that has helped me to prepare initially, and later on I have secured many referrals through it. And even considering networking with my current seniors who are in the college, it really helped me in getting the role of DSA lead in FLC, because when I talked to them, they knew about me and it helped them to recognize my talent and take me into the team. Talking about the communication, as I said earlier, for the DSA lead role also I had to go through an interview. So there I was able to communicate clearly. Even though the question that they gave I was not able to solve completely, they took me in because my communication was really clear and I was communicating my thought process to them. And even when it comes to the placements, in an interview, even though I had missed few things technically with some silly mistakes, because my communication was very clear to them, they gave a positive feedback that you are communicating really nice, so we took you into that round.
How did you deal with self-doubt or burnout during the whole process?
So as a normal student, burnout and self-doubts are very common. Talking about self-doubts, I used to get it when I was not able to solve the questions. So like I changed my mentality because I saw a few of my friends. Few of them were struggling to grasp few concepts, whereas few of were doing it really quick. So that made me realize that not everyone has equal learning capacity. So everyone are different in their learning way and the time they take. So I changed my mindset to think that everyone has their own journey and I should be looking into myself. So that's how I avoided the self-doubt. Talking about burnout, I play a lot of games, maybe Clash of Clans, I'm Town Hall 17 Max, and Clash Royale. I play I used to play a lot. BGM I used to play, Genshin Impact, and mainly I am a cat lover, so I spend a lot of my time with my cat, at least 1 or 2 hours a day every day playing with it. So that's how I avoid burnouts.
Okay. So how did you balance managing time between academics, placements, and your personal life skills and your hobbies?
Okay, so one advantage that I had was I am a day scholar, but I live nearby to Nitte. So it takes me basically 15 minutes, it's around 6 to 7 kilometers. So I ended up saving a lot of time compared to other classmates who travel for long distances. And one more thing I tried was waking up early so that I could squeeze in some extra time, but that didn't really work out, considering I'm a night person and I'm just used to it. Then comes managing the exams. So what I used to do was I used to study very last minute. So I kept like last 2 to 3 days for exams. I would dedicate like 6 to 7 hours continuously before the exam. So that made me score really well. And making sure that just after the exam ends, I can focus on other things like DSA, development and other things. And one more problem that students might face is managing between DSA and development. So even I tried juggling both, but that doesn't really work. So what I did was I used to do DSA for a month, then I would do development for a week, only when necessary.
Okay, so how does your day look like? What do you do?
So as I said, I am a night person, so I wake up pretty late. I wake up at like 7:30. Then I catch the bus. I reach college at like 8:40. I come to classes. When classes end, I can reach home very early. That is around 4:30. I freshen up. I enjoy some entertainment. Watch YouTube. Watch podcast. I'm really interested into current affairs also, so I'll be seeing news here and there. Later on, if time permits, I'll play some games, play with my cat, go out for a walk sometimes if I am burnt out after doing long coding sessions or something. Then I try to sleep early, because in first and second year I used to stay up very late till 2 to 3, and that has affected my overall health. And so now what I do is I try to wind up everything before 11:30 and go to sleep before 12, so that I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep consistently.
If you could go back to your first year, is there anything you would do differently?
Yeah, as I said you that I was a very introverted person, so I was too hesitant to ask any guidance with seniors or connect with them. So I ended up wasting almost my first year. I did really nothing. So if I could go back, interact with the seniors, ask their guidance, and probably complete DSA syllabus within the first year ended, I could have focused on development from the beginning of second year and attend a lot of hackathons, because that is one thing that I regret even now, because when I came to second year I was just doing DSA, just started DSA, whereas my other friends were going to hackathons, winning prizes, and I didn't even know what is development is about.
Yes, so were you involved in any clubs or student organizations? And did any of those experiences help you shape your career path?
Yeah. So in second year, I actually wanted to join FLC, but I didn't have confidence in myself, so I decided not to apply. But in the end of second year, I decided to give a try and got into the Finite Loop Club, and that has helped me a lot. That has given me an opportunity to present myself, maybe conduct DSA workshop, DSA sprint, different coding events, join as a volunteer, improve overall in public speaking, and even network with the seniors.
Yes, so in your opinion, what are some common mistakes students make during the placement season?
Okay, so the most important mistake that I think is starting DSA late. People think DSA as their college subjects, which they might finish in a very short amount of time. But I think that is not really true, because DSA is about recognizing pattern and deeply understanding the concepts. So starting DSA late is the biggest mistake, and then comes not focusing on communication. People think that they'll manage nth minute, they'll speak something and that will work, but that's not really true, because when you enter the interview cubicle, you are really nervous. It's just you and the interview and awkward stare.
Yeah. Okay, so could you walk us through your interview process and tell us a bit about each round?
So with the online assessment, had 3 DSA questions and 15 fundamental questions. The people who solved every single question and answer all the MCQs right were selected for the next round. Almost 300 students have sat for that online assessment, and 19 people cleared the first round. So after that, we had our interviews late in the evening. So when I entered the cubicles, I was a bit nervous, but later the interviewers were very kind, and it went like a casual conversation. So they dig deep into the projects, basically not just what is the project about. They ask questions, why that project, why did you use that feature, how did it help it, considering I had some real world projects, and that gave me an added advantage to divert their attention towards the project, because if the projects are not good, they focus more on DSA and ask more and more questions. They have asked DSA questions, but they were very simple of them, basically like puzzle type questions. And since my primary language was Java, they focused on the internal implementations, maybe integer caching, string pool, those concepts. They asked me why caching, not just what is caching, different eviction policies. They literally digged deep into every single minute concept that I had mentioned in my project. Maybe it be authentication using JWT token, or about using cache, etc. Okay, coming to the second round, only 10 people made to the second round. The senior engineering manager was taking the interview. So this round was quite a surprise, because my first round went decently good, not really great. There were different people who did exceptionally well, and I was scared that I might not make it to the second round. But due to my good communication, they were happy in the end, and I think they selected me for the second round. Now when it came to the second round, it was a complete surprise, because they asked system designs, and it's a very funny part that I have focused a lot on DSA, but in my free time I used to do system design just for my own interest. But that helped me a lot in this round. I was able to answer every single question very clearly, and they were really impressed. There was not even a single opportunity for them to complain or a single mistake that I did. So I think this round gave me a great edge over others, because system design is not something which freshers focus, and it is not really asked in fresher interview rounds. So this helped me clear the second round. Only 5 people cleared the second round, and we had a HR round later on. The CTO of the company himself took the HR round. So I asked some general question like why that company specifically, what do I see in that company, and situational based questions like giving a situation, how would I react to it. He asked me about my background. This round was basically a communication check, and basically to see if I match the vibe of that company and I'm okay with the work culture what they follow. So this round went pretty well, but one thing to notice is everyone tend to ignore the HR round. They think that it's just a conversation, but HR judge you a lot. So even one person was eliminated from this round. So only 4 people in the end got the final offer.
Okay, I see. So do you think personal projects make a bigger impact than the coursework when it comes to placements?
Yeah, definitely. I had one of my project has a mental health related platform. For this, we literally went to make a survey with different people, the counselor of our college, and we built something which was very meaningful that could be deployed real world. So that made them ask different questions on the project, not just what is that project, but how and why is that project. So I think it is definitely important to have real world projects to get noticed, because 3 of us selected in the interview had similar project and we were teammates. So they were really looking into what is the single project that are made by more than one person.
Okay, yes. So since you were asked about system design in your interview, what resources did you prepare for it and how important is it?
Okay, so due to abundance of resources nowadays, what companies do is they even expect these SD2 level things. That is, previously system designs were only asked for 2 to 3 year experienced people, but nowadays we can see that companies are asking low level design, high level design, even for freshers. Dedicatedly I didn't prepare for it. I was just doing it in part time, not for interviews, just for my own curiosity, because I was interested in backend development. So if you are not sure on what is your interest, what you want to pursue, I would say start with DSA as I did, because I didn't really have my own interest back then. So that starting DSA really helped me, because DSA is something which you'll need no matter what role you are going for. So let's say you finish your DSA very early, worst case by the end of second year, you could slowly start exploring development related fields, and once you finally find your interest, don't quit DSA. Do DSA on weekends at least, and do development whenever necessary. So that's my message. To add on to this, I would also suggest that join different technical clubs, because that will help you build your network, give you an opportunity to present yourself, conduct workshops, and improve your overall skill, including communication.
Okay. Yes, so this was such an insightful conversation. Thank you, Ajay, for sharing your experience and advice along with us.
It was a great experience. Thank you for having me.
That's all for today. Please do like, share and subscribe for more such content, and make sure to follow all our social media handles. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.